Hello everyone and welcome to WhatCulture Gaming. I'm Josh, joined as ever by Rachel Shackleton because The Last of Us 2 finally has a release date of
about time.
February 21st, 2020, and I am very excited. Rach, just general thoughts, what did you think of the revealed
Very excited. Well, it's been revealed for a while, but it was a while ago actually that they revealed this, and finally we have a release date. I'm really glad that they held back until it was in a really good state and they actually knew it was definitely going to be released. But 4 months away, that's so cool.
It's
5 months away. 5 months.
Yeah, 5 or so. It's very soon though, and the fact that Neil Druckmann, the director, has stated that they have held off as long as possible to announce the release date because they want to make sure they're not going to have to delay it. They want to make sure they're in a really good position to come out swinging early next year. And
take note, really everyone.
Cannot wait. Yes, just take note. This is how you do a reveal. You tease us for years and years and years, and then you give us a date that you hopefully don't,
Oh God, don't jinx it.
Move away from. I'm just completely jinxed it now. Anyway, Rach, the trailer gave us our first, proper look at the story. We've had hints before. We've had, scenes of Ellie and her partner Dina, I think she's called. We've had a mysterious woman who's encountered a sort of cult style thing, but now we kind of have a feel for what the plot is going to be, and it seems as though Ellie is getting revenge for what appears to be Dina's death at the hands of a group of bad people.
Bandits, I thought you were going to say, but bad people. So what I really liked was that this seemed to follow on from the sort of tease that we got last time, which I think was at E3. No, it wasn't E3. Oh my goodness, was it last E3?
Last E3, I think it was.
With Ellie having this kiss with this girl who I believe was called Dina. And it starts up like, oh, how would you rate our kiss? And I'm like, oh, it's happening, it's happening. I love Ellie so much. I love that she's, coming more into her character and she's able to be herself a bit more. Although obviously we don't know the specifics and I'm looking forward to learning them.
Yes.
But so obviously her and her girlfriend go off on what looks like a little scavenge, and assuming they get separated at some point and then captured, and then I'm guessing that's what that gunshot was, and the whole I'm assuming she gets shot.
Well, you've mentioned a lot of words there, Rach.
I did.
Kind of linked to a theory that I have, because, like you said, there's a lot of implication there. There's a gunshot, there's the two going out on their own to sort of, go scavenging or whatever. But my theory is, because we do actually see Joel at the end of this trailer, which kind of flew in the face of all the theories after the first trailer dropped, that, Joel might be dead. She might be imagining her because we didn't actually see his face. Now we've seen his face. But I'm still not convinced.
They've done it on purpose. They know that we know that he's dead.
They know that we know that we know they know.
They want us to think that he's dead because they know that maybe maybe the twist is he actually is dead.
Well, this is what I've spent all morning trying to piece together, because I've been on the subreddits, I've been on the forums, I've been looking to see what people have thought about this trailer, because my first reaction after last night was Joel's definitely dead. The way the trailer was edited was keeping things vague. It kept cutting away. We didn't see Joel for the entirety of the first half when you would expect us to see him. They're in Tommy's camp.
We did, however, see Tommy. Yes. This sort of secondary character in the first game. Yes, important character, yes, but you wouldn't, if Ellie was mourning her girlfriend, she wouldn't get visited by Tommy. She'd get visited by Joel.
That's it, yeah.
So, and he's got a little box for her. Maybe it had a possession belonging to Joel. Maybe she's just, mourning him, and then we have a time jump.
That's what I think, because it's been confirmed now that it's set 5 years after the events of the original Last of Us. And for me, the vibe of this trailer, especially when Ellie is in sort of Tommy's camp, the fact that you don't see Joel, the way she talks to Tommy after the supposed death of Dina, it kind of feels like a bit of a bait and switch to me. And we know that Neil Druckmann has said the theme of this game is hate, and how he wants Ellie's journey to seek revenge on this horrible act that's happened to her and the people she loves to feel really kind of, morally ambiguous. How far would you go to, get justice and revenge for someone you love? And I think killing Dina off would be, that's enough motivation for Ellie, but killing off Joel in the opening act would be more of a motivation for both, the character and the player, because we've spent an entire game with Joel and Ellie. We've seen their relationship blossom, and to lose that, perhaps in the opening couple of hours, and then embark on this quest for revenge, I feel like that would, make us think about our actions as a player, controlling Ellie, doing these horrific, brutal things to the people who killed Joel. It would add a sort of element of synergy between the story and the gameplay that I think could be really cool to explore in this situation.
Absolutely, yeah. Last of Us is a game that was renowned for having such a hard-hitting opening.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's maybe what they're going to do with this one, whether it's with Ellie's girlfriend or with Ellie's surrogate father. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Guys, it's gonna be pretty heartbreaking.
Ellie, I just want Ellie to be happy, and I know the fact that a second game exists just makes that impossible, and she goes through the absolute ringer in this trailer alone. But what did you think of the we got a glimpse of, gameplay combat. We didn't get like the HUD or anything, we didn't get a full section, but we saw glimpses of, stalking through an empty house, or what's it appears to be empty. We saw new infected enemies.
Big old bloaters.
bloaters.
Oh man, yeah, they were terrifying. I hated them in the first one. So yeah, it looks like it is still thankfully like third person over the shoulder. I'm good with that. I'm glad they didn't like tamper with that too much, because I know a lot of people give the combat some stick in the first game, but I got used to it and I did enjoy it. Hopefully they fixed crafting though. But no, I think combat looks really good. It reminds me a bit of Tomb Raider, which I did really enjoy playing through. Horizon Zero Dawn. Also, just give me a lass with a bow and I'm happy.
You know what, I'm going to go on the record right now and say that the bow in the original Last of Us was the most satisfying bow in gaming history.
It's hard to use though.
Yeah, that's what makes it so good, Rach. When you finally get that arc perfect and you just shoot it over some cover, hit some guy in the head. You know what? I'm getting, really excited about this right now.
It was a long time ago I played the first Last of Us, so I have absolutely got nostalgia glasses on. It was back on the PS3, so I'm going to replay it. It's actually on PlayStation Plus next month. Yay! So I'm going to replay it on the PS4, I think, and also the DLC for the first game. Got to replay that before too, because you just got to cement how much of a horrible life Ellie has had, and also remind you of her special powers. Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about how Ellie was wearing a mask? I have a theory.
Come on then.
Because obviously Ellie doesn't want to give away to her new friends that she has obviously the essentially the cure for humanity, potentially. So I think a storyline in this game is going to be her somehow getting into a situation where the mask gets taken off and everyone's all surprised that she's not infected, or people expect her to be infected and that causes her to get outcast. That's going to definitely play a part of it.
Definitely. Well, we've got to wrangle with the consequences of what Joel did to the Fireflies at the end of the original game.
Oh God, yeah!
And there's obviously, I imagine, this is totally conjecture on my behalf, but this is my theory, is that, that act of taking out the entire Firefly HQ was obviously going to reverberate around the communities. People are going to know about that. Maybe something is rumored about, a girl who's immune and she escaped by killing everyone. So Ellie is effectively, using the mask to try and hide that fact, blend in, and then I think you are right. That's going to potentially give the game away. Who knows? In my wild theory that I've just made up in my head, maybe that's what gets Joel killed.
That is definitely what gets Joel killed, and it's going to be horrible.
I'm really worried.
Oh man. Oh no.
We've done this, and I started this, news video very excited, and now I'm just in despair at all the horrible things that are going to happen to my favorite characters, and even worse, I haven't even got long to wait to see all this.
February.
There are a bunch of special editions that were announced alongside the game. There is one with a really cool statue of Ellie playing guitar. There's one that you get a nice cool backpack. There's a great vinyl, which I am absolutely going to buy separately because, these special editions, Rach, they're just a bit too rich for my blood. I think the most pricey one here was about $300, and you get a lot of stuff in it, and, The Last of Us 2 is going to be a very exciting game, and I hope people enjoy it, but, I wish I could buy it. I wish I could get it.
At the end of the day, there's only so much space on the shelf for collectibles, but they did look really nice. And at least if you get the backpack version, you can use that for when you go hiking in the woods.
Very practical, which I do all the time. I'm always in the woods
He's
hiking
always
around.
Shooting rabbits. God, you can't stop him.
What did you think of the state of play as a whole? I suppose it's a way to wrap this thing up.
It was disappointing. I mean, it's the state of play. I don't know what you were all expecting. We got Last of Us 2, which was its saving grace. We got a couple little indie games. I love a good indie game. The one especially I want to shout out to is After Party, the guys that made Oxenfree. That looks like just my exact kind of humor, and I'm really looking forward to playing that. There's a new sort of Katamari. I
like the look of this. When that first popped up, I was just thinking, get to The Last of Us. And then I was won over by the trailer. No? It looked cute.
You could play as a toilet and
exactly.
you can flush a poop down you.
That speaks to me on a personal,
That's true.
Intimate level. I am a toilet, and I felt very connected to that character in that game.
Make. What else did we have? We had a little bit extra on Call of Duty, which I must admit I've not really been following that closely.
Yeah.
We had the piss yellow controller for Death Stranding.
That was interesting. I like the look of the console. The controller itself is wild. I think Ben Roy mentioned that, put the BB in there somehow. Get the little, thumbs up baby in there, and then I would be sold. That's what I need to, win me over on that horrible looking
Dear God.
controller. I think, as a whole, it all felt very much sort of, like the support acts to the main event that was The Last of Us. And I suppose that's probably what we should have expected, but in the run-up, we all got caught up in whether Batman was going to be there, which it wasn't. And I think that was probably, a mistake to expect more from State of Play, considering the precedent Sony has set with the previous ones, which weren't like, these big, spectacular, even sort of Nintendo Direct level. Nintendo Directs always seem to have, real substance, whereas so far the State of Plays have had interesting things, but seem to be focused around one big, game or whatever. And that's often something we already know that.
I do really like the spotlight that it gives on a few more little indie games, because indie games are bonkers, as you saw from the opening, the humanity. Like, that looks bonkers. Looks like a flippin' acid trip on the PlayStation. I'm down for that.
I am as well, I think. And I like that Sony do the State of Plays. I just want them to come back and do a proper event like E3 or, PSX. Just give me that back. But either way, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you believe this wild theory that I'm kind of buying into, that Joel is going to die early on in the main game, despite what they keep showing us? And are you looking forward to the sequel in general? I personally cannot wait. I'm sure.
Break my heart. Break it into a million pieces.
Do it, and I'm going to feel bad, but I'm going to love you for it in the end. But yeah, let us know down in the comments below. And while you're there, can you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to WhatCulture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. And if you don't know, I've been Josh, joined
by Rachel. Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. I'm so scared, man.
Of
The Last of Us 2.
Me too.